Well, she was paying attention. She's like, yeah.
Entering on your right is Warbird Thunder Airshows. These are two World War II era ex-Navy advanced training aircraft designated as SNJs. The demonstration features classic aerobatic and military training maneuvers and grace of formation aerobatics. This is one of the oldest aerobatic maneuvers, a classic loop first performed in 1913. Oh, I love that sound. Formation flying is a skilled art demanding discipline and trust. Formation is designed to allow a group of aircraft to operate in proximity to one another with a high degree of safety. In order to deconflict and have that safety, the aircraft moving on or flying off another must have separation in 3 different axes: lateral separation, vertical separation, and horizontal separation. Simple. And must spread out laterally, slightly behind the lead aircraft at a 30 to 45 degree angle. For most of this performance, Warbird Thunder has 3 to 4 feet of separation. Now that maneuver was part loop and part roll and is known as the barrel roll. It's been a military staple since the 1930s. In the 1940s, Navy and Marine Corps aviators had a few nicknames for the SNJ. It was called the Pilot Maker because of its role as trainer, or sometimes Old Growler due to its distinctive signature sound, and was most often referred to as the Jaybird. That was mostly what they called it back then. These aircraft were manufactured by North American Aviation in Inglewood, California, and are designated as an SNJ because they were Navy aircraft. The Army Air Corps and later Air Force had a version designated as the T-6, and the Canadian Armed Forces flew a version called the Warbird. There were over 15,500 of these aircraft produced, and they are commonly referred to as Texans. Most military pilots of the greatest generation received their advanced training in a Texan, and without a doubt, this aircraft Warbird Thunder is what is called a close trail formation. An aileron roll is a very common maneuver, but rarely flown while in close trail formation. This requires incredible precision and trust because the wing pilot is singularly focused on the lead aircraft. Now, the United States phased the Texan out of military service by the mid-1950s, but service continued for decades in developing countries. The Texans served at least 63 nations worldwide. It was usually in a training role and occasionally as a light attack aircraft or even as a fighter. The last Texan retired in 1995 from the South African Air Force, an incredible 60 years of military service. And one of these airplanes was one of them retired by the South African Air Force. We are now going to see a line abreast loop. The wing pilot is on the right, line, and synchronized on the lead aircraft. The Warbird Thunder pilots are Chris C.T. Thomas and Mike D.W. Everhart. C.T. is He is a third-generation pilot and learned to fly at 17 years old with his naval aviator father as his flight instructor. CT earned lifetime flight instructing, towing banners, also flying charters and great. He has flown well over 110 models of aircraft and has been flying for over 37 years. The number 2 pilot, known as wing pilot, is Buick Everhart. He resides with his wife in Miami, Florida. Buick started flying sailplanes at 14 years old and powered aircraft when he was 17 years old. After graduating from Daniel Webster College, Buick served in the United States Navy for 20 years as an F-14 Tomcat and A-4 Skyhawk pilot. Buick has been an airshow performer in the Soviet MiG-17, the A-4 Skyhawk, and the L-39. Both of these gentlemen are airline captains at major airlines. This next maneuver is dedicated to the men and women of our military and to the family members that sacrifice and support them. Get your cameras and camcorders ready for this. The Texan is both rugged and durable. These SNJs, made in 1942 and 1943 respectively, are over 80 years old. Pilot in both seats. Usually the student would fly in the front seat and the instructor in the back seat. The Texan has a maximum speed of 240 miles an hour and a gross weight of gracious 5,300 pounds. It is powered by a 9-cylinder 40 radial engine manufactured by Pratt & Whitney. The engine is almost more significant than the aircraft. The Pratt & Whitney Watch Series design was considered revolutionary and has received a historic engineering landmark award from the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Transfer the R-1340 600 horsepower engine thrust requires a huge propeller, and it is 9 feet in diameter. The occasional mark cue here are the propeller tips approaching supersonic speed. Actually breaking the sound barrier. Done by Warbird Thunder. We got CT and Buick up there strutting their stuff with this airplane.